Good day, gang. It's your old pal Uncle Ghastly here with a very unusual episode of the Gummy Voice Show in that I have not taken my gummy. So this is like a totally sober Gummy Voice Show episode. Um, and there's a reason for that. And it's because I want to talk to you about something that has been weighing on my mind uh, since reading about the Blizzard scandal. And yeah, for those of you tuning in that don't know about the Blizzard scandal, you could probably go read about it on some news sites and stuff like that. I don't want to get too heavily into the details of the scandal itself. But let's say what I've read of this scandal is sickening, utterly sickening. And it hurts that that a company that has given me and so many countless other people so many hours of joys for more than a decade now, right? Getting close to 20 years now, this game's been going strong, and it's been not every expansion's great, not every new mechanic is great. Uh, it's like any other creation wrought by human beings. It's not perfect, but it has been a remarkable world to explore. And exploring this world as a level 20 nobody, a trial 2 character, has given me such a different appreciation of the artistry that has gone into creating this game. Look at this shot that I just literally pointed my camera at, and it's a beautiful shot. So many talented people have given their all to create this amazing virtual world that I can explore. I can explore it for free. If I just accept that I'm going to be a level 20 nobody, I can explore it for free. I can see most of what this world has to offer for free. Yeah, I've had so many wonderful adventures in this world and friends and experiences. And then to find out that the people who worked so hard, put so much of their soul and their talent into creating this work of art that is a video game. And to find out that so many of them were subjected to such a terrible, terrible, toxic work environment. It's left a stain on this game, a stain. And the best way I can think of to describe the stain that Blizzard's executives have left on this game is to relate a personal story. In my 20s, not long after college, making my way in the working world, I worked for a company, and I had friends in that company, of course. And, we're young, 20s somethings, and just doing the things young 20-somethings do. After work, we'd head out for a night on the town. We'd have adventure. We had great times. And there were two friends that are relevant to this story. Both really, really, really good friends of mine. One was a person who had been my friend before I even worked at that company, a friend from school. And the other was a friend I made working at that company. And the three of us would have wonderful adventures together, just going out on the town. Young 20-year-olds and living in Toronto. Uh, and then one day, um, my two friends, they had gone out the night before to party. I wasn't able to join them. Uh, and then the next day, my friend, who had been my friend from school, uh, she came into work and she told me our friend, our good friend, had raped her. And I was stunned, utterly stunned to the core of my being to hear this. Because the friend she was accusing of doing this thing, he was a genuine friend of ours. So we thought, right? What a fucking betrayal that was. What a fucking betrayal. You know, not some fucking random creepy ass pervert in the bushes. You know, like the media always wants to portray that shit as happening from. But a friend, someone we both trusted so much and had so much fun with. And yeah, and I had no reason to doubt her veracity of her story. And in fact, I started thinking about conversations I had had with this friend who had done this thing. And I started seeing red flags in those conversations that I had totally had missed before. Um, I couldn't understand how I could have missed them. How could I have missed them? But nobody wants to believe their friend's a rapist, right? Nobody wants to believe. No. But I believed her story, just everything about her story added up. She had no reason to accuse him. I had no doubt in my mind that her version of the story was very true. So I went to my boss, who was also the owner of the company, and I explained what had happened. I told him what had happened. And I said, this guy cannot come back here to work because I can't work with him. I cannot work with him. The workplace will become so toxic if he's allowed to come back. And so I said, I will cover his shifts for you. I will cover his shifts. You don't have to pay me overtime. I will cover his shifts until you can hire someone to replace him. I will do all his work, but he has to go, or I can't stay here. And my boss listened very sympathetically. And he took in what I had to say. And I could tell he was thinking really hard. He didn't do just a knee-jerk reaction. He thought it out. And he realized I was right. I was right. He cannot stay here. And he fired him. I worked his shifts, and my boss, he did pay me the overtime. He did pay me the overtime for what I got for working these shifts. So I was very grateful for my boss for doing that. It meant a lot to me that he did that. And I worked for quite a few more years at that company. Um, but my former friend, who had betrayed the two of us, we were never friends again after that. That was it. We were done. We were done. And um, yeah, after that, I mourned the loss of that friendship, and it took me a while to be able to deal with that and what that meant to lose a friend because of something so horrible they had done, and how to deal with the memories I had of us. You know, the three of us going out on our nightly nocturnal adventures in the city of Toronto. Three young adults just going wild. And I can never experience those memories of those adventures the same way again. They're always tainted forever. And if this guy who was my friend, um, let's say it's what is it now? Like 30 years later, almost 40 years later, maybe. If he came up to me, we met, and he said, "Listen, I got to talk to you. I own up for what I did. I accept responsibility for what I did. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the hurt that I caused you, and especially for the hurt that I caused our friend through my actions. I've spent my life since then examining my actions and growing and trying to be a better person and making amends. If he was genuine, if he was absolutely genuine about that, and he had grown, and he was actually owning up to the responsibility, and he was making amends, I could forgive him for betraying at least my friendship. I could forgive him for his transgression against me. It wouldn't be up to me to forgive him for raping my friend. That's up. That would be, you know, it wasn't. I wasn't the one who got raped. I just, I just had my friend hurt, and 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 I had my faith and trust and friendship in this person betrayed. But I am an atheist, but I grew up with a Christian upbringing, and forgiveness is a very big thing in Christian theology, and I think forgiveness is a very valid thing. But even if I forgave that friend all these years later, even if I forgave him, he came up and was genuinely sorry. Genuinely sorry. And I forgave him. We would not go back to being friends. We would not go back to having adventures. We would. I would forgive him, but I would not really want to have him part of my life. That chance is gone, probably forever. Now, Blizzard, you have an advantage that my ex-friend does not have. And that advantage is simply because, and as controversial as some people find this to say, the simple truth is corporations are not people, my friend. Corporations are groups of people coming together to work together towards a common goal. And in Blizzard's case, that goal was to produce video games that make money. And you've done a pretty good job of that. You have done a pretty amazing job of that. But you kind of stained this work of yours. This body of work of yours has been forever stained, just like my memories of the adventures I had with my two friends have been forever stained by my ex-friends' actions. You've stained this World of Warcraft. But because you're not a person, you're a collection of people, you can fix that. It's a fixable situation, right? I'm not going to hold the guy in the mailroom responsible for the actions of these executives. I'm not going to hold these incredibly talented artists that have put their heart and soul and their effort and their hours, put so much of their lives into making this incredibly beautiful world that I've come to love exploring. I'm not going to hold them responsible. These were the actions of people in your corporation. And I think what Blizzard needs to do is they have to own up. You have to own up. All right? This shit happened. You allowed it to happen. Not all of you at the company allowed it to happen, because that's the irony. Is I'm so angry at this company for doing this, allowing this, and yet so many of the people in that company were victims of this behavior. Right? So many of the wonderful, talented people that just wanted to come to work and pour their talents into creating this beautiful world. And they didn't want to get this kind of harassment, nor should they have, nor should anyone be subjected to that at the workplace. And you can fix this, Blizzard. You can fix this. And all you have to do is, one, you must own up Don't deny. Don't obfuscate. Don't muddy the waters. Come clean. Come clean. Say, this is what happened. And then you have to clean house as a way of apology. You have to clean house. Every person who played a part in this abuse that went on in your company must no longer be there. They must be let go. You cut them loose. And then you must pay compensation. You must compensate your employees that were the victims of that abusive environment that was allowed to continue. You must compensate them. You must do this publicly, Blizzard. No closed door, non-disclosure, settlements, everything hush. You have to own that this happened. You have to put new people in charge of this company. And you have to make sure those new people are committed to never allowing something like that to happen again. Because until you do, Blizzard, I can't give you my money. I can't pay you if you're not going to own up, apologize, make amends. And don't weasel out of it. Don't try to weasel out. Don't try to diminish it. Just own it. Own it. Make amends. Apologize. Be sincere and move on. Move forward. Create the type of work environment that encourages these people, these creative, wonderful people who have made this beautiful world that I have been having so much adventure in, so much fun in, that I have so many great memories of. You got to do that. Otherwise, how can I, Blizzard? How can I subscribe if you're not going to do that? How can I reward you with my finite money, very finite money? Artists do not make a lot of money. How can I reward you by giving you some of my money if you're not going to own up, right? I can't, and I want to. I want to resubscribe so I can continue the story on my main GBC, because I've had so many years of enjoyment on my main. And, I mean, I unsubscribed just because, as always happens, the story starts to run a little thin and it becomes repetitive. And I'm not an end game grinder. I don't like the gear grind. I find it meaningless. It's not why I play it. The mechanics of this game, you could literally boil down into a text-only combat system, and the graphics are just there as placeholders, basically. So I like playing this world to explore it, and I've been having so much fun exploring it as a trial tune in a totally different way. And as much as I'd love to get back on my main and subscribe and continue the story and do all that stuff. I miss my main. uh, have those adventures. I can't do it because there's a stain on this world, just like there is a stain on the memories of the adventures I had with my two friends, one who's still a friend, one who is not. And that stain's not going to go away until you fix it, until you accept responsibility. Get rid of it, even if you have to get rid of the CEO, even if it goes all the way to the very top. Everybody who took part in creating such a horrible, toxic workplace has to pay. And I'm hoping, Blizzard, I'm hoping that you'll do that. I'm hoping that you will come clean, accept your responsibility, make amends, so that, otherwise this world is going to be, this World of Warcraft is going to be stained. And that's not fair. That's not fair to the talented people who have poured so much of their life into building this phenomenon called World of Warcraft. It's just not fair to them that some frat boy executives have tarnished their hard work. It's bad enough that they had to suffer through that kind of abuse, and it's worse that you continue to defile their work by not owning up, not taking responsibility. Maybe there's no executives left at Blizzard that have a moral compass and a sense of decency that can do the right thing. Maybe there aren't. I don't know. Maybe Activision needs to step in. Maybe the parent company needs to step in. If Blizzard itself is not going to do the work to clean their reputation, then maybe the company that owns Blizzard should step in and start doing it. Take some responsibility. But so yeah, I guess that's where we're left right now. I'm going to play this game because there's so much artistry in it. There's so much artistry that's gone into it, and I appreciate that work. As an artist, I appreciate the work that has gone in, these incredibly talented people have put into making this. But I can't give you my money. I can't give you my money for it. Not while you're pretending nothing happened. Not while you're not owning up to what you did. I can't give you my money. So I'm just going to I'd hoped to resubscribe. I really did. I wanted to continue with my main, but I want better from you, Blizzard. I expect better from you, you know? But as a company, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting better from you. And it's very hard to respect you. And if you're not going, the way forgiveness works is you have to be genuine in your repentance. You have to be genuine. You have to own up. You have to accept responsibility for your actions, no matter how much that costs you, no matter how hard the consequences are to face. That's how forgiveness works, is you are genuine in your repentance. And if I see that genuineness and I see you're making amends, if I see you're trying to put right what was wrong, then I can forgive. Most people can. Most people can forgive. Because most people know that, we're all imperfect. We all have things we've done that we regret. And we apologize for those regrets. And we try to make amends. And you have to do that as a corporation, Blizzard. And unlike my ex-friend, you can do that. See, my ex-friend's always going to be him, right? He can't replace himself with someone else, right? Even if he does it and he makes amends, I could forgive him, but it'll never be the same. But with a corporation, you can literally get rid of all the people who did the wrong thing. Each and every one of them. Let them go. Fire them. Get them out of there. And you can replace them with new people who have a different vision and a different behavior, and people who would never tolerate that sort of behavior from the people they employ, the people that work under them, and would certainly never tolerate that behavior from themselves. And if you could do that, Blizzard, then yeah, I think everybody, if you come forward and admit it and are genuine, I think everybody can move forward from here. I think everybody will be able to move forward and see that this company has new management, new direction, and will not repeat the sins of the past. But until you do, Blizzard, I can't give you my money. Sorry. And I'm going to miss my main. I'm going to miss Chibi Sue. I had so much fun on that main. I've been playing that main since Vanilla WoW. But I can't play that main until you do something about this. And I'm probably not the only person that feels that way. So yeah. So till you do something about this, I'm just going to be a level 20 trial account going through this world and appreciating the artistry that went into this, and thinking about the abuse that some of the people who have poured so much into this game had to suffer because of your toxic culture in your corporation. So that's I guess all I have to say on it. It's an important issue, I think, and it needs to be addressed. And if I'm going to continue to play this game, even on a trial character where I'm not giving you money, if I'm going to continue to appreciate this game and the artistry into it, I've got to acknowledge the stain that has been left on this world by corporate culture gone thoroughly toxic. So the ball is in your court now, Blizzard. I understand that facing the consequences can be a scary thing and challenging, and that's why it takes real bravery, real character to own up when you do something wrong, right? But you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to. Otherwise, this beautiful world of Azeroth here is going to be forever stained.